Welcome, viewers. Turn down my damn speakers. This episode we will, well, not this episode, but the next episode, we will finally get the second of the permanent party members that I will have. I know most Let's Players like to give everybody an equal opportunity, all that stupid stuff, but really, I've got a bias towards a couple people. Well, I got a bias towards two specific people in this game. Three, if I don't feel like having a completely useless limit break. Or, I should say, three if I don't mind having a completely useless limit break. But, at any rate, in this section, we will be covering all the way over to the Junan area, I think it is. I don't know, I'm terrible at pronouncing Japanese words. I'm gonna call it the Juan area. Yeah. So we got a couple new enemies already. Motorcycles. Okay, Double Rider. Go on, display Spirit's big shot. Really, once I get past the Barrett mandatory area, I'm never going to be using Barrett again. So I don't see the point in using it. And once I get past the Nanaki specific area, even though I actually do kind of like Red 13, I really won't be using him again because I'll have essentially be getting my third permanent party member at that point. Plus I need to really level grind that third permanent party member anyways because every person, or everyone you get except for one of the optional characters actually has a area where you have to have the person in the party. Now for this, we're going to get a summon. Just talk to the chocobo off the side and say warp, not warp! In other words, choose the top one and they'll do a little dance. Oh yeah, dance it, dance it. Dance it hard. Little something to note, viewers. If you know anything about chocobo, or know anything about chocobos in this game, these chocobos are a little bit strange, and the strange part about them is they've got the palette for the gold chocobo, but aren't blinking. The gold chocobos have that sort of grayish, this sort of brown grayish gold feathers, whereas the just normal chocobos have yellow feathers, or orangish yellow. Either way, these, as far as I am concerned, are a lot of golden chocobos. Wish I could steal one. I really do. So yeah. Yeah, give me one. Yeah, if we're gonna want a chocobo, we're gonna need a choco lure. You can buy one, it's only 2,000 gold, or I should say 2,000 gil. Just talk to these little peoples, and you can do it. Now, unlike what most people believe, chocobos are not mandatory at all. You can get through this next area with no level grinding, and without having a chocobo. It is 100% possible, and I will prove it very soon, because I'm not going to bother getting a chocobo, and I will still cross the swamp. Let's Player drink of choice for the day is Dr. Pepper. Finally got some more sodas. delicious. Now, the song that I'm going to be using for the speed up right now is Terra's theme song from Final Fantasy VI. This, all in all, I got extremely unlucky for the Midgar snake, or the, yeah, whatever the fuck this thing is. I think it's called a Midgar snake, but I got extremely unlucky with its pathing algorithm, and it took for fucking ever. I think it took, all in all, like 30 minutes for it to actually go in the area that you want it to be in. Normally it takes me anywhere between 1 minute to about 10 minutes to have them go into the area. But the area that you need them to go into, and you'll see it again. Like when he goes way over there in the back corner over there, that's when you want to go. You'll be just far enough away to where you can make it across. I actually made it onto land at that point, but somehow we still managed to attack me. Either way, it's just the Let's Player curse that took this fucking thing forever to get into the spot that I needed to be in. Sometimes you can step into the water and kind of lure him over there, but that doesn't really work too often. Notice how I kept stepping into the water there just because he kept bouncing over to the right of me, and we need him to go to the left. Other random trivia facts: it's actually also possible to make it back to this side from the other side by essentially doing the same thing, and you won't have to fight the Midgar snake. Like, up in the corner that he was just bouncing in a couple seconds ago, that, stupid fucking birds, up in that corner way over there, he will, the area he was just bouncing around in. When you see his head disappear over there, that's your cue to go. But when he disappears over in the corner to the left of me, that you saw him bouncing around in a couple times, that would be your cue to go and manage to get back without being attacked. But yes, that's how you get across without having a chocobo. It is possible, just like everything else that I've done, like getting Cloud's level 3 limit break in the beginning area. It takes a while, but it is still 100% possible. And even though I didn't have it on screen getting the level 3 limit break, like y'all could say, "Oh, you could have just used a fucking Game Shark to get Cloud's level 3 limit break." And technically that is true, and technically it's not true, considering the only codes to getting higher limit breaks that I've found just brings it all the way up to level 4 limit breaks, so even though that technically makes it true, I did, of course, go through the trouble of just grinding it, because well, to explain it, to get the second tier and level 1, 2, and 3 limit breaks for all but one certain feline variety of ally, if you catch my drift, the one that I really don't fucking like, you need to use that limit break 7 or 8 times, except for one where you need to use it 6 times. To get level 2 and 3 limit breaks, you need to kill 80 enemies for a level 2 to get your level 2 limit break, and you need to kill 160 enemies. So, in other words, if you want to get straight to level 3 limit breaks, you need to kill 160 enemies with that one character to get level 3 limit breaks. Which for Cloud is, of course, Meteor Ring, and I don't know why, but whenever you have enemy skill on, at least for me, enemies that actually have enemy skills you can get, that are attack enemy skills, will usually be used on the person that has the enemy skill first. And hey, I just got Finishing Touch, the tier 2 of the level 3 limit breaks. Now what Finishing Touch does is it is actually a instant death, or it says blow enemies away, but what it does is raise them up in the air, and if they aren't immune to instant death or wind elementals attack, it will instantly kill them. If they are immune to wind elemental attacks, it will immediately drop them and deal, I think, about at my current level, I think it deals about 500 damage, but as the levels get on and on, of course, the damage dealt will do it. Basically does normal limit break damage. However, if you, say, use it on Disc 3 against a Lich Dragon, or Skeleton Dragon, or whatever it's called, and that thing has absorbed wind elements. So what basically will happen is you use that against him, and I don't know if y'all have any experience with recovery on something that's already, or on an enemy that already has max health. It gives them extra health, so not only do you have to take out their normal life bar, but an extra 2,000 by the time I get to Disc 3. In other words, Meteor Ring is almost always the best way to go. Almost always. There are a few extenuating circumstances, but those are extremely few and far between. Considering Meteor Ring does, I think, 3/4 normal limit break damage for each strike that it hits, and I think it hits 13 times, so that is a lot more damage than all but one of Cloud's limit breaks. See, Cloud's ultimate limit break, of course, deals the most damage out of all the other limit breaks, and that is Omni Slash. It does full limit break damage and attacks, I think, 16 times. Well, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, it attacks 14 times with full limit break damage with each attack. So, essentially, by the time I hit level 99, it's doing 9,999 damage. Assuming I'm not doing the damage break glitch with each attack, so that is essentially enough to take down, well, how should let me find my phone, give me a sec. Phone! Now, calculator, you shall help me. Wherever the fuck the calculator is. There it is. Calculator. 999 B 14 times. Okay, so that does a total of 139,986 damage. With Mime, ironically enough, you can essentially, once you get the Mime command, you become godly if you're just using Meteor Ring or Omni Slash, because you can just have Cloud use Mime over and over and over and over again, and you will never have to recharge Limit Break, because that's Omni Slash being used a bunch of fucking times. However, Omni Slash, of course, only attacks one enemy with each attack, so if you got multiple enemies, it won't be all that useful. In other words, Knights of the Round Table is a hell of a lot more useful than Omni Slash. Because depending on your magic stat, usually by the time I get to level 60, it's doing max damage. It also attacks 14 times, it does not suffer from split damage, and it hits all enemies with each attack.